Okay, Felicia. Um, this is my um, this is my flow chart. I start with starting. The user puts in as an info any fields. If they get it wrong, they get an error message and they have to do it again. Otherwise, it goes in, and then if the user exists, try again. Um, or it displays the user's information if the user doesn't exist, and then it shows the information they just did. Um, so then, so this is my actual web page, and I just put in I'll just create another one. Random, 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 WDD, create user. And then so I got it to print out this when it was successful. However, I'm going to show you in a second. I did run into some issues with this. So if I come here, go to my database, and then go back to SSL, here's this user that I just created. So I am writing to the database. I got that far. And then I ran into this where if I go back to the previous page, it doesn't fully load. I couldn't figure out for the life of me as why. And then if I go, I debugged, I tried to do everything. I went to Paul, I went to Alex, I went to Jimin, all of them. None of them could help me figure out why that was happening. But let's say if I log into JD Carroll 22 and I log in with this account, which is one that already exists, and I do log in, not now, it then gives me my hashed password with salted. It gives me my username. It gives me my name, my first name and last name. And I also ran into a problem where I couldn't upload the image. So here I'm just showing you that I am able to pull things from the database. It's not pretty. I did struggle with this assignment a lot, and I also want to talk to you more about my weekend because it was kind of crazy. And I probably should have talked to you before the weekend was over, and I feel guilty about talking to you after the fact. It's never good to do that. But I'm going to go line by line. I'll show you my code. Here's my pseudocode. User goes to the site, they create a new user account. If they leave the field blank, they try again, and blah, blah, blah. If the image already exists, they have to use another image. Once they're successful, it displays the user information. And then I have sign up, which is the basic form, and I have two forms here. One goes to a page called go.php. The other one is a register.php. Register is to register. Go is to log in. And here's my go, and I'm verifying that neither one of these is null. And then I'm checking to make sure that the results set has an ID. And assuming that it does, I'm actually going here, and I'm just honestly just to save time because it's 11:45 on Sunday. I'm just doing a var dump. I recognize this is not pretty, and I recognize that there's a lot of limitations in my code here, and I'm just asking you to be gracious here. And I can explain to you why it is 11:45 on Sunday, and I'm working on this, and where I'm at with it. And then I've got my register page where I'm actually writing to the database, and then I'm creating the session as well, moving on, and I'm just populating. I'm taking everything that's in post and putting it into the session so that the session variables are full. And then I also had an issue with LAMP because I couldn't get my LAMP to work, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to go very much farther with LAMP. And I didn't actually start with using LAMP for. I had to go and Google this and figure out how to do this from scratch. It was pretty frustrating. But It was a very, very valuable learning experience. I learned a lot. I do feel a lot more comfortable about pulling things from the database and writing to the database. This was the number one thing that I was the most confused about as far as PHP goes, pulling stuff from the database and writing to the database. When it comes to files, I'm still confused. When it comes to actually posting data like forms and filling that kind of stuff out, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. I do want to talk to you more about uploading files specifically and how that all plays itself out and works it out, because the uploading the files, it's so complex that I'm not really sure there's so many intricate pieces involved in all of that that I'm just kind of confused. So anyway, I have that all working. This is my site. You've seen it. I hope you like it. I hope that I got what you were looking for me to get out of this, and I recognize this is not. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it.